Hello guys, my name is Mohammad Naveed and in this lecture I will teach you how to use form. As you remember in the last lecture we learned how to insert a data in our MS Access. And as I told you that we have two ways of inserting a data. The first way is by table and the second way is by form. And we also learned that inserting a data by a table, this is not a right way. The proper way and a correct way of inserting a data is by form. So let's learn form. In order to learn form, I will click on create and then I will click on form. As I click on form, as you can see that now I am in the new world and this is the world of a form. And as you can see that form has its own three menus. The first is design, second is arrange, and the third is format. Before we learn what is design, I just want to let you know that what is mean by form. Definitely you are thinking that sir is teaching us form, but he has not told us that what is mean by form. Actually form means that the environment, or for example the options or button you see. For example, if we talk about MS Access, so you can see that MS Access has for example you can say menus and all buttons and all this thing, but we don't know what kind of you can say language or what kind of coding Microsoft use. We don't know, but just Microsoft is just allowing us to just click and definitely use this menu. In a similar way, when we are creating form means that it will show to the user, or it will show to the definitely user will not know that okay, what is inside of this form and what kind of technology have you used, how many tables are in this form. He is not concerned with about all this thing. He only knows that what is mean the form, and he will only work on the form as we are working on MS Access. So for example, this is a thing which MS for example what user will see. So the first thing we will do in the design, definitely what is mean a design, definitely to design something. And in this lecture we will learn how to design our, you can say, form. So the first you can say menu or the option of design menu is view. What is meant by view? View means that how do you want to view your form. We have three ways of viewing our form. The first way is form view, second is layout view, and third is design view. Form view means that in the form view you are not allowed to do anything. For example, if I want to change the size, or if I want to work, if I want to put any formula, so I am not allowed to put any of these things because I am in the form view. So form view means that I am not allowed to do anything. Again we will go in the form view and yes, and then we will go for layout view. What is mean by layout view? Layout view means that in the layout view we are allowed to change the size. For example, if I want to change the size of my you can say of my field, and let's suppose if I want to move, or if I want to keep my my form here or anywhere. For example, if I want to change the size, so if I click on layout view, so in the layout view I am allowed to change the you can say the position or location of my form, or you can say I'm also able to change the size. Totally mean the layout. Then we have the most important is design view. In the design view we can put, you can say what we call the formula and all this. For example, events in a formula as like a real software. So in the design view we are allowed to put the formula and events, all this thing. So in this lecture we will just learn the design, definitely just the design, how to design you can say our form. So we will not go into the, you can say, in the formula session. So this is just for design. So the first thing we have for the design is themes. What does it mean about theme? Theme mean that how do you want to see. For example, it is a mixture of colors and fonts. MS Access already made the mixture of both for us, and that is in the form of theme. For example, let's suppose if you want this theme, if you are able to see that it is changing, something is changing here. Are you able to see the changing? If I click, you can see that now it has been changed. So whenever I want to change, I will definitely hover any of the theme, and I will click, and that will be my theme. And if I want to change the color, I can change the color. If I want to change the font style, for example Arial bag, which I like. So for example, if I want to change the font style, so I can change my font style here. Are you getting me? Then we have, you can say, for example, in the drop down we have all the buttons and all this thing. So the first thing you will see, that is, you can say, what we call radio buttons. Radio buttons are very useful when we have to select one of the options. For example, if we are asking from the user that are you male or female, for example, if asking gender, for example, if we are having, if you are, for example, if you are entering the data, so we have to put the data in our database that that the person is either a male or female. So for example, if you want to make the something like this, so definitely you can use radio button. For example, if I want to say male or female, for example, if I'm asking from the user that are you male or female, so for example, male or female, and then I will go. In order to see any of the changes which we made in design view, so I will click on form view. In the form view, it will show the real life. In the real life we see, as the user we see in the real. So in the form view we can see that how will it look in the real. So for example, if I want to ask from the user are you male or female, for example, so for example now it is clicking both, but definitely we'll put the functionality that that it will be only select one of the options. For example, if you want to put like this, any of the you can say radio buttons, if you want to put the button, for example, if you click on button, so click anywhere, and here we have you can say buttons option. For example, if you want to put the button for record navigation, for example, next, find next record, find next record, find record, go to the first, go to the last record. For example, if you are at the first record, now you want to go to the second record, definitely you will click on first record. If you are on the if you are at the second record and you want to go you want to see the first record, so you can click on the to the last record. For example, record option, if you want to put the functionality for the user that if the user will click on this button, so that will allow the user to add a new record. For example, if I click on next, and definitely if I go again the form view, now I have a button. For example, if as I click on this button, that it will allow me to put a new for example, insert a new entry. For example, if I say here Naveed, and code can be MS Access, and if I want to put again, definitely I can insert a new data. So in this way we can put the functionality to a form for the user. For example, anywhere you want. For example, we have a number of you can say options, or you can say operations. We have form operation, close form if you want to close the form. If you want to make the reports, we will go in the later you can say lectures. For example, if you want to put the functionality that if any user will click on this button, so the application will be closed. So in this way you can put a lot of functionality for the user, that whenever user will click, something will happen. So this is by you can say buttons. So there are many buttons, but you are not only allowed to use the you can say pre-coded buttons. We can also put our own functionality. For example, if you want to calculate the marks, or if you are making a mark sheet, and if you want to get the you can say percentage of any user, so definitely we can also put that functionality. But we will learn this in the later lecture. So in this way we can make our form more better, more interactive. So this is enough for this lecture. Inshallah, in the next lecture I will teach you more about a form. So till then, Allah Hafiz. I will meet you in the next lecture. Allah Hafiz.